Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're diving deep into excerpts from Junie B. Jones is a Beauty Shop Guy by Barbara Park.
Hmm.
You've brought us this material, and our mission for this deep dive is, well, to follow Junie B. Jones's unexpected journey. It all gets sparked by a trip to the beauty shop.
Right. And we're going to explore the hilarious and maybe slightly chaotic steps she takes chasing this new dream.
Exactly. We'll guide you through the key moments, some surprising insights, and maybe a few aha moments about big ideas. Things like ambition, problem solving.
All through the eyes of a very spirited kindergartner.
It's quite the ride. You really see Junie B process these new experiences, these big concepts, in her own unique way.
Yeah. And it often leads to, let's say, unexpected results. This
Yeah.
material gives us a fantastic window into that specific blend of like childlike logic and just fierce determination.
Absolutely. And we start right at the beginning, not just with the story, but with this big statement of identity. We meet Junie B. Jones.
Whose full name is Beatrice.
Right, Beatrice. But she tells us, she don't like Beatrice. I just like B. And that's all. But even that identity, well, it doesn't stick around for long.
No, right away, the very first thing, she decides she's changing her name. Just wakes up and bam, new name.
And the new name, Pinkie Gladys Gutzman.
Pinkie Gladys Gutzman. Not exactly short or easy to remember.
Not at all. What's fascinating is her logic, right? Why that name?
It's so simple and direct. It's based entirely on things she currently likes or admires.
She loves pink, calls it the loveliest color I ever saw.
And the Gladys Gutzman part, that's the school snack lady.
Yeah, which tells you something about who's important in her world, right?
Definitely. It's not about picking something cool or trendy. She just picks things she likes from her world and decides, okay, that's me now.
And she announces this to her parents, expecting them to just roll with it immediately.
Naturally, yeah. They're a bit distracted at first. Dad's reading, mom's feeding the baby brother, Ollie.
And the daddy looks up, he's confused. Says it's much too long, no one will be able to remember it.
And Junie B, she's always the practical problem solver, isn't she? She has an instant solution.
She doesn't argue about the name itself, she tackles the memory problem.
Right. Zooms off, gets paper, comes back, suggesting a name tag.
That way people can read my new name and they won't even have to remember it. Brilliant, really.
It's a great point. She sees a problem, finds a tool, a workaround. That practical sort of external problem solving comes so naturally to her.
Yeah, before any abstract rules really sink in.
And Mother's reaction to Daddy is just this dry, way to go, Ace, kind of under her breath.
But she writes the name down, pins it on Junie B's pajamas.
And Junie B is thrilled, dancing, singing her new name, happy as can be.
It grounds this whole imaginative moment in a pretty relatable family dynamic. The parents are maybe a bit resigned, but they go along with the name tag idea.
Then Daddy mentions he needs a haircut.
Right. And Mother has an appointment with Ollie, the baby.
Oh, yeah.
So Junie B has to go with Daddy.
And when Mother tries to use her old name...
Oh, Junie B's quick. Gutzman. The name is Pinkie Gladys Gutzman. She's sticking to it.
She's excited about going to the barbershop, but then they arrive.
Yeah, the trick itself isn't initially that enjoyable for her. Keeps asking, are we there yet?
Classic. When Daddy finally pulls in, she's thrilled, but then notices it's not the regular barbershop.
Daddy explains someone at work recommended it, but it's actually, well, he says, more of what you'd call, well, okay, it's a beauty shop.
A beauty shop, you can just picture her eyes getting big and wide.
Exactly. The change in location instantly sparks this new excitement. She loves beauty shops, even more than barber shops. Starts shouting it.
Which Daddy quickly shushes, of course, reminds her. Best behavior, no acting crazy.
And Junie B claims she's never acted crazy in her whole entire career.
Of course not. So they go in, meet the lady with the big shiny red lips at the counter.
Daddy gives his name, Robert Jones, also Bobby.
Yeah.
And apparently Ace, according to Mother.
Huh. And Junie B, not missing a beat, proudly shows off her Pinkie Gladys Gutzman name tag. The lady looks at her funny.
Then Maxine, the stylist, comes up. And here's a key moment. Maxine is also wearing a name tag.
Ah, that connection. Junie B instantly feels like they're, I don't know, colleagues or something because of the name tags.
Totally. And Maxine playfully appoints her helper.
And Junie B is immediately all in, ready to go.
She even boasts about her plumbing experience, helping Grandpa Miller fix the toilet.
Maxine laughs, calls her a helper with plumbing experience, says it must be her lucky day.
But the helper tasks, they don't go quite as smoothly as fixing a toilet.
No. First, holding the fluffy towel for Daddy after his hair wash. Junie B holds it tight, very proud she's not letting it touch the floor.
What happens next is just classic Junie B. It really shows her focus, or lack thereof sometime.
Her nose gets itchy fuzzies from the towel,
She sneezes Anya Jaxie right into it
then wipes her nose on it, and even blows a teeny bit because it's just so soft.
and assures Maxine she's not even contagious.
Okay, that's peak Junie B. But beyond the funny part, what's that tell us? She's trying to follow directions, right? Be a helper.
Yeah, but her own physical reality, her senses, just completely take over.
Right. The soft towel isn't just a tool for the job. It's something she feels on her nose, something she wants to, like, interact with.
It really highlights that gap between her wanting to help in this grown-up way and her still developing understanding of, boundaries and hygiene.
Definitely. So Maxine, understandably, grabs a different towel.
Then they move to the giant spinny chair.
Ooh, the spinny chair. Junie B is very excited about this, climbs right in shouting, "Spin me! Spin me! Spin me!"
Until Daddy leans in with a, quote, not pleasant face and just chillingly whispers, "Get down, WWW."
Oof. Yeah, she gets down.
So Maxine gives her another job, sweeping Daddy's hair with a big broom as she cuts it,
Junie B is excited again, new clients, runs around sweeping.
and it accidentally sweeps a lady's feet, leading to an OW, RUCH,
Yeah.
OW.
And that's it for the broom. Daddy snatches it away.
Yep. She was not the helper anymore. He pays Maxine quickly, grabs Junie B's hand, and they rush out.
That whole sequence, though, the name tag connection, the helper roll, the instant mishaps, the quick exit, that's the spark, really.
Well, absolutely. That's what sets up the whole new dream,
So on the car ride home, Junie B's sniffing Daddy's hair.
which smells like a lovely woman because of the hair gel.
Right, and she declares right then and there she might be a beauty shop guy when she grows up. It's a direct result of that experience, just processed through her unique filter.
And she immediately thinks she's good to go. She's all set.
Because she already has the essentials in her mind. A name tag, a towel, presumably the sneezy one, a broom, scissors.
That really shows her initial take on what the job involves, doesn't it? And what being ready means.
It does. But Daddy quickly pulls the car over, emphasizes, "No, Junie B, no, you're not all set to go to work."
And he gives her that crucial warning. Working in a beauty shop, it takes years and years of practice.
She claims she knows that already, but he repeats it years and years and years.
Junie B sighs, realizes she'll have to get started right away.
So her takeaway isn't discouragement, it's just, okay, I need to practice.
Completely skips the whole idea of formal training or learning skills.
Yeah.
Just jumps straight to, I need to experiment with the tools.
Exactly. So back at home, Mother's putting Ollie down for a nap. Junie B gets a sneaky idea.
Does a big fake yawn, says she needs a nap too because the beauty shop got me all tired out.
Mother's suspicious Junie B hates naps, but she plays along.
And as soon as Mom leaves, Junie B tiptoes to her desk, searches the top drawer.
Finds her bestest shiny scissors. Now the practice can really begin.
She needs volunteers for her beauty shop practice. First stop, stuffed animals. Offers trims.
Philip Johnny Bob the elephant, he volunteers first.
But nope, not a good candidate. His fur is softy gray velvet, too short and smoothie.
Right, not suitable for scissor practice, but just then she steps on her bunny slippers.
And they apparently say they want a trim because they have the beautifulest long white fur.
Perfect subjects, ideal for practicing.
So she puts the slippers in her makeshift beauty chair, piled up pillows, and starts snipping that long white fur.
Singing a song about it, having the funnest fun. She's really enjoying the act of cutting.
But the result, holds them up to the mirror. They don't smile. They whisper, "We're baldies."
Oh dear, and here comes accountability. Or maybe the lack of it.
Right. Junie B immediately says it's their fault because they kept on wiggling.
Classic deflection. Then she tries to reassure them, whispering, "Don't worry, 'cause bunny fur probably grows back. Probably." I'm almost positive, sort of.
That's sort of as telling.
Yeah.
Then she immediately hides them under her bed so Mom and Dad won't see.
That's her first real encounter with a negative, irreversible outcome from her practice. And the reaction, hide it.
Yep. She realizes this job might take more practice than I thought.
And surprise, surprise, the bunny fur does not grow back. She checks all weekend, not even a teensy fuzzy.
So she's pretty glum at school on Monday. Tells her friend Grace her hopes and dreams are probably dashed. Why? Because bunny fur doesn't grow back.
It's interesting, her initial idea of practice. She seems to expect immediate, permanent results on her subjects, not necessarily an improvement in her own skill yet.
Good point. Then Grace shares that she also wants to be a beauty shop guy. She can be a shampoo girl at her Aunt Lola's shop.
And Lucille, their other friend, declares she'll just be a client who spends a small fortune, goes on about her shiny hair.
Which Junie B finds is getting on my nerves.
But Grace has an idea. Maybe Junie B could be a shampoo girl, too.
And boom. The dream is reignited. Maybe a slightly different angle now, influenced by her friends, too. Shows that social side of goals.
She hugs Grace tight, thrilled, runs home after school, grabs her fuzzy teddy bear.
Zooms to the bathroom, shouting to her grandma she's locking the door for privacy, madam.
Locks it real secret, fills the sink, dunks Teddy, uses shampoo, singing a happy song.
She's trying a new skill within that beauty shop world using the resources she has. Teddy, sink, shampoo.
The Teddy just becomes a giant sog ball. His head gets all floppy, can't even hold itself up.
Another practice attempt. Another clear failure. Not the result she wanted at all.
Junie B feels sickish inside her stomach, wraps Teddy in a towel.
And hides him under the bed with the slippers. Concludes she's not a good shampoo girl either. Thinks she can probably never work with Grace now.
The pattern continues. Failure, hide it, dream feels threatened again.
Just then, Tickle the dog scratches at the door.
Junie B tells him to go away, but Tickle just pushes the door open, runs in, zooming around.
And Junie B notices his fur. It's kind of tangly and matty, something she hadn't seen before.
And ding, 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 another practice opportunity.
She decides Tickle needs a trim at her beauty shop. Thinks she'll do better this time because, well, she's practiced.
And crucially, she has a new theory based on the slippers. Dog fur grows back. Right, Tickle. So what do we have to lose?
She's adapting. Choosing a subject she thinks is more resilient to her developing skills.
Gets a shiny scissors, must be the same ones from the top drawer, gives Tickle a hug, and starts trimming.
The result of Tickle's haircut. Not that professional.
Understatement. His fur is choppy and moppish. His tail is a teeny stubby.
Another clear failure. And just like before, her instinct is to hide the evidence. Tries to push him under the bed with the others.
But Tickle won't go.
She hears Mother coming home, starts panicking, tells Tickle to hide, grabs her fuzzy pink sweater and that hat with the devil horns.
Throws them on Tickle, trying to disguise the result of her actions now, not just hide the subject.
Mother opens the door. Junie B tries to play it cool. Tickle's wearing clothes, apparently.
Mother walks over, takes off the hat, sees the mess, and Junie B bolts, runs right out into the yard.
And that's when the consequences finally catch up. Mother is speedier than she looks, catches her, marches her back inside. Her goose is cooked.
Daddy comes home, Mother tells him everything about Tickle, and then comes the big lecture.
Oh, yeah. For those great parental lecture titles. What in the world has gotten into me, young lady? Do I not even have good sense? Do they have to watch me every single minute?
It's the culmination, right? All the hidden failures finally coming out into the open, leading to the full parental reaction.
Definitely. So the consequence. Mother puts her in a room, takes away your scissors forever, early bedtime, no TV.
And the instruction to think about what you did today.
Junie B does a huffy breath, but secretly whispers that she has thought about it, and she believes she is making progress.
That's fascinating. Her internal definition of progress isn't about better results at all.
No, it's about trying, experimenting, just moving forward with her goal, even if the outcomes are total disasters and get her in trouble.
So the next morning, despite the punishment, she feels very cheered up. Why?
Because she thinks she figured out what went wrong with Tickle. He has dog hair. Dog hair is harder to cut than people hair, which is much more tamer.
So she is learning, adapting her theory, even if her actual skills aren't there yet.
Exactly. Looks in the mirror at her own hair, feels confident she can cut this kind just perfect.
Right then, Grandpa Frank Miller arrives to babysit.
Junie B zooms back to her room, slams the door, shouts she wants to get dressed all by myself today. Insists he doesn't come in.
Sneaky way to get privacy, because she knows where to find extra scissors.
Yep, in her middle drawer. The confiscation didn't work because she had backups. She grabs them fast, goes to her dresser.
Combs her bangs, snips the ends off, peeks nervously.
She's not ruined. She's thrilled. Thinks, I knew I could do this. All I needed was practice.
So she keeps snipping. Bangs, sides, top, back, escalating the practice onto the ultimate subject, herself.
But when she looks again, the bangs, they do not look even, Steven.
Oh, no. Tries to even them up, but they just get tiltier and tiltier.
This gives her frustration, and she takes a whole big hunk and just cuts it off.
Bristles.
Sprigs, hair sticking out everywhere. She starts crying. Sprigs are shorty little sticklets and not attractive.
This is the ultimate personal failure, right? It directly affects her own appearance. Can't hide herself under the bed.
Exactly. Grandpa hears her crying, knocks, asks if she's okay, if he can come in.
Junie B shouts, "No, not okay." Tells him to go away.
Grandpa kind of laughs, gets the message, goes to make her a sandwich. Reminds her to hurry for school.
Junie B sitting on her bed, totally upset. Thinks Sprigs are the terriblest trouble. How can she go to school? Everyone will laugh.
The fear of social judgment becomes the big problem now.
Then, a miracle happened. She spots the hat with the devil horns where Mom left it.
And gets the idea. Hide the sprigs.
Puts it on, feels relieved, no one will see her hair. But then she worries. What if someone pulls the hat off at the playground?
Right, the cover-up isn't foolproof. Everyone would still see the sprigs and laugh.
This leads to the idea of needing 2 hats, finds her shower cap, puts it on under the devil horn hat.
But then she worries. What if someone pulls off both hats?
The solution, 3 hats, total protection. Opens her bottom drawer, finds her ski mask.
The one that hides your entire everything. Her problem-solving just keeps escalating with her anxiety.
Puts on the ski mask, then the shower cap, then the devil horn hat. Looks in the mirror. Now nobody can see anything, not even my nose.
It's a completely functional, if slightly extreme, solution to her immediate problem, being seen.
Gets dressed, skips to the kitchen. Grandpa Miller's eyes pop out, tells her she can't go to school like that.
So she tells a teensy-beansy fib. Says it's crazy hat day at school. Teacher said, wear as many hats as you want.
Grandpa scratches his head, watches her eat her sandwich through the mouth hole, and drives her to school. The lie is just to manage the adult reaction to her solution, another coping skill.
At school, room 9 sits next to Lucille, announcing her attractive hat assortment.
Then Meanie Jim spots her, points and shouts, "Junie B. Jones, what a goony bird!"
Runs across the room, snatches off the devil horn hat. The whole class laughs because they see the shower cap.
The cover-up is instantly blown.
Luckily, her teacher, Mrs., hurries in, takes control. Gets the hat back from Jim, yells at the kids, takes Junie B into the hall, asks for the story with the hats.
Junie B is reluctant, but finally tells The Story with the Hats by Junie B. Jones. Explains the practice, the stupid dumb bangs, getting tiltier, cutting them off. Says she wishes she was never even Pinkie.
It's that moment of confession. Total vulnerability.
Mrs. puts her hands on Junie B's shoulders, clarifies, "Junie B, honey, are you telling me that you cut your bangs off?"
Junie B doesn't answer. Mrs. takes off the ski cap. Junie B cries out, "No, don't!" But it's too late.
Mrs. sees the sprigs, hugs her tight. "Oh, Junie B, what happened?"
Junie cries again, "Sprigs happened." Mrs. gets her tissues. They sit on the floor to figure out what to do.
This is where that empathetic adult steps in. Not punishment, but problem solving with her.
Mrs. Solution. Let her wear the devil horn hat all day. Tells a teensy-beansy fib to the class that Junie B has the sniffles.
It's fascinating how protective Mrs. is here. She shields her from that immediate social fallout, looks right at Jim and says, "No one is to touch it. Not anyone."
Junie B, feeling safe now, jumps in with his huge list of rules for Jim. Places and times he can't touch her hat.
Not with his baby little pinky finger, not at recess, not at the water fountain, not tying her shoe, not walking to the pencil sharpener.
On and on until Mrs. stops her. She's reclaiming control and safety through rules, with Mrs. backing her up.
End of the day, Daddy picks her up, surprise for Junie B. He stares at the hat. Junie B's stomach feels bad.
He reaches out, takes it off, closes his eyes, and just says, "Lovely."
Oof. She asks nervously if he really meant lovely or if it was a joke. He doesn't answer, just buckles her in.
They drive for a long time, pull into a parking lot.
It's Maxine's beauty shop.
Yep. Daddy takes her inside. Maxine's waiting, smiles and says, looks like someone gave herself a little trim.
Junie B, feeling shy, confesses, "I didn't turn out even Steven. This is it. Facing the professional who can actually fix the mess she made."
Maxine ruffles her hair, puts her in the spinny chair, sprays it, and just snipped and snipped and snipped. Uses gel, blows it dry.
Junie B looks in the mirror, totally delighted. "Hey, what do you know? No more sprigs." The physical problem is solved. The shame lifts.
She asks Maxine how she did it. Maxine winks at Daddy.
And says, "Years of practice."
Daddy leans close, repeats it right to Junie B's face.
Yeah.
Years and years and years.
There it is, the central theme, echoed by the professional. It's not just about the tools, it's the skill built over time.
Daddy lifts her down, pays Maxine again, they drive home. Back home, Daddy comes into her room.
Takes the extra scissors off her desk, puts them in his pocket.
Junie B says she's sorry, learned her lesson. Daddy sighs, but kisses her head. Still loves her.
Junie B looks at her cute, fixed hair. Then her face lights up.
Yeah. She realizes she was the one who started this haircut.
Hmm.
And maybe she could be a beauty shop guy after all.
That's key. The failure, even this big one, didn't kill the dream. Seeing the result, even achieved by a pro, reinforces the goal for her.
She taps her chin, wondering what she'll use for practice now that her scissors are gone, looks at her desk, searches her bottom drawer.
And finds more extra scissors. Smiles kind of sneaky.
So despite the lessons she said she learned, despite the confiscation, her ingenuity, her determination, her ability to find workarounds, still totally there.
Amazing. So we followed Junie B from that dramatic name change all the way through her adventures in amateur hairdressing, practicing on slippers, teddy bears, the dog, her own bangs.
Leading to bald spots, sog balls, sprigs, hats, and finally, a professional fix. It's quite a journey, full of attempts, mishaps, hiding things, and some unexpected learning.
If we connect this to the bigger picture,
No.
what does Junie B's story really tell us? About trying new things, about the reality of practice taking years and years, which maybe she still doesn't fully grasp.
Yeah, and how we bounce back, or maybe just creatively navigate around things when our first tries don't quite work out the way we hoped.
It really raises an important question for all of us, I think. When you're pursuing something you're passionate about, like Junie B with her beauty shop dream, what keeps you trying even after things go wrong? And maybe, how do you measure your own progress along the way? Is it always about perfect results?